Chukwuma Anyanwu, Head of Research at GTI Securities, joins me to talk about this. So good morning to you, Chukwuma.
Good morning, Harriet, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. It's great to have you on the program. So what does the NSE 30 index mean, and how important is it to listed companies?
Well, that is largely based on how liquid a company is, and liquidity, for a lot of people would mean that you're a company that is relatively stable and you're profitable. That so much so that there is a lot of attraction or attention from prospective buyers and sellers at every point in time. So liquidity largely is usually the main consideration when you're looking at companies that are able to break into the NSE 30, and that is the major thing that would qualify a company to want to get there. And it is something that sort of inspires confidence. It is classified as a company that investors would want to take a keen interest on.
And so for those new entrants to the NSE 30, corn oil, Okumu Oil Palm and Presco, investors are actually taking a very strong interest in these equities.
Yeah, and that's not far-fetched, because recently we've noticed that there's been quite a lot of attraction, and for particularly Okumu Oil and Presco, they are companies that we from GTI also have recommended quite a bit.
Been able to reconnect with Chukwuma now. Thank you so much, Chukwuma, for rejoining us on the program. Let's continue this conversation and try to see how we can wrap it up in another 60 seconds or so. So we're talking about who qualifies for the index, actually, this index basket, and why?
Well, largely, like I pointed out, it will depend a lot on your profitability, your performance financially, which will, in essence, inspire investor interest in the company and drives liquidity. So the ability of a company to trade frequently, I think as much as 70% of whenever the NSE opens for trading, a company that can trade that frequently, and have enough in terms of free flow to be able to accommodate demand, is a company that would make the index basket for the NSE 30. And so it's a show of confidence that investors will look at you in that light.
So how does the index mirror the entire local equities market?
Well, largely what you will see is there's a categorization of the NSE into different segments, and the entire market, it being a mirror reflection of the entire market, is largely for the singular fact that it's already classified into different segments, different sectors, and based on economic news and economic activities, the effect of macroeconomic situations on the respective companies in terms of performance, in terms of how they're able to make money, then that will trigger interests from buyers, from prospective investors, both institutional and retail, and that generally shows you a sense of where investors are looking at for value hunting in the economy, which is captured, of course, in the segmentation of the market.
Chukwuma Anyanwu, Head of Research at GTI Securities, thank you so much for joining us on the program and sharing your perspectives with us.